Hi there, you're watching me about, and 1 year later, let's do a review of Lenovo A516. So, Lenovo A516 was launched last September 2nd, and since from then, after 2 months, I bought this device as a daily driver, and then I upgraded to a lot of phones like Moto X. Then I upgraded to Lenovo A859, S720, and various other smartphones. But there was something about this device that kept me hooked up to this one, and I'm still using it. So let's head on and move and see what it was. The first thing that I liked about this device was the camera of this device. It supports half HD. Not only does that is that it supports half HD, I have noticed one thing, that the quality is good. When I use it at the daytime, it was good. In fact, I made a lot of vlogs with this device. This was my camera for when I started out my channel. So this one was doing pretty good. This is doing pretty good, and this is a coolest device. Was a coolest device for me, and will remain. There were some flaws on this device as well as the speed of the device. It was powered by a dual-core 1.3 MediaTek processor and only 512 MB of RAM. This was a bit of a hiccup on this device, so that ended up being a bad thing for some times, but not always, since my purpose was only calling and other stuff. For gaming, the experience was normal because whatever small games were there, they all ran on this device, but I'm not that big on in that part. And in terms of calls, this one did not had any call drops. There is a problem with the ringtones, the volume of the speakers, but that is not a that is a big deal if you are a music listener. But I used to use headsets, but even they were of bad quality. The headsets lasted 1 year for me. They were on regular use for 1 hour. They lasted really well. The call quality, the sound that you hear from the other person, and then the sound that goes from you, were good. There was no complaint, and that is the purpose of the phone, that there was no complaint in call quality. They were doing good. In terms of front camera, it is only VGA, and that is not awesome, but it helps out to, if you are just calling out to somebody, and having a VGA camera is also really helpful because it gives you low bandwidth consumption if you are on slow internet, and especially where the smartphone is there is the internet speed is not that great. So this is only 0.3 megapixel on the front and 5 megapixel in the rear. Now let us talk about the build quality of the device. It feels solid. I have seen other devices. Moto X was really solid, but this one is solid too. It's tough, it feels tough, but the rear pack, the rear plastic is not that. The packing of this device is really minute. I mean, you do not feel any gap at all. When you want to remove the back cover of this one, it will be a little bit of work there if you're not used to removing it. So in terms of maps and navigation, GPS was accurate and was functioning awesome till now, but the loading of map was taking some time, and sometimes, not always, only one time it hanged, and that was not best for me. But let us now see the hanging of the device. Did it hang in my hand? Only 2 times, to maybe 4 times, I don't remember, but I remember 2 times because I had to remove the battery at that time. And the times that it hanged, once was 2 times I was using maps, and maybe 2 times I was doing some heavy kind of work. So now, one issue that this device had earlier was the app crash. It still has some, but that has dropped to 80% because of the regular updates that were given to this device, and after those regular updates, the amount of app crash has reduced. And there is another drawback. I think there is a lot of positive on this device, and only 2 drawbacks, and one was the speaker quality, and the second one was the app crash. App crash did not last for long, and it is now worth noting that the apps don't crash on this device. So if you have still having the app crash, just update the device and the problem will be solved. Now this device was also updated for its UI, and the UI is cool, but it is heavy and it does not support this device. So if you have installed the new UI, please uninstall it and go back to the previous UI. The previous UI was less power consuming, less battery consuming and less resource consuming. This one is heavy, but this suits the devices which have 1 GB of RAM and quad-core processor. Now I was talking about one big drawback was the internal memory of this device. This device does not support app movement to SD card. It does not at all support app movement to SD card, and everyone still asks me about the movement of apps to SD card. No, it does not support the movement of apps to SD card, and that was one reason that is a big hinder if you are a heavy user of devices, and that moment of time, not moment of apps to SD card, is not a good thing at all. Other devices support, but not this one, and not Lenovo A516. So this device is awesome. If you are picking it up second hand from a friend or anybody else, go pick it up. If you are buying it all new, then this is not a device for you, because you have a Lenovo A516 available at the same price as this device. So go pick it up, and if you are buying a second hand and it is being sold at half the price of that one, this is a great device. Pick it up. It lasted for me for 1 year without a problem, without touchscreen problem, without any other problem. So it will last for you too, or for a long time. So this was my review of a device called Lenovo A516 after 1 year. That's a big time, the expiry of warranty. So now anything happens to the device, I could have to get it repaired on my money. So thanks for watching. Once again, we'll meet in the next video. Thank you very much.